Welcome to another episode of Connecting Pathways. Today, I would like to talk to you about the fascinating topic of emotions. Emotions are psychological and physiological experiences that we all go through. Emotions are made up of four distinct components. Let's look at what are those four components. One is feeling, two is cognition, three is physiological response, and four is behavior. Let's try and understand this using an example. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are standing in a crowded railway station to board a train. You are on platform number 1 and the train will be arriving in another 5 minutes. Suddenly, the announcement goes that there has been a change and your train has already arrived and it has arrived on platform number 6. Your heart starts racing, you're afraid if you'll miss the train, and you push through the crowds trying to get to platform number 6. On the way, you're wondering, what would you do if you miss the train? Thankfully, you boarded the train, you found your seat, and just when you've taken your seat, the train begins to move and you sigh in relief. Let's decipher the four components of emotions from this example. So, if you look at one, feeling. The feeling here is fear and worry. The cognition, you are thinking of alternative solutions of what you will do if you miss the train. The physiological response, your heart rate increases and there's a rush of adrenaline. Your behavior is you run to the other platform to board the train. All these four components are working together in response to a stimuli, and here the stimuli is the announcement. This is like an emotion milkshake with 4 ingredients. Understanding emotions is important for our social and emotional lives. Emotions can be a challenging aspect of our experiences, especially during our adolescent years. Sometimes our emotions are easy to identify and express, but other times they can be very confusing. For example, let's take the emotion fear. When fear is combined with happiness, it results in surprise. But when the same fear is combined with sadness, it results in anxiety. This is where emotional awareness comes into play. What is emotional awareness? It is our ability to identify our own emotions and the emotions of others and manage these emotions appropriately. So, how can we become more emotionally aware? We can start by identifying our emotions. Have you ever experienced a sensation which you couldn't quite put your finger on, but it left you feeling confused and overwhelmed? There can be a primary emotion behind that, which we can identify if we pay enough attention. So it takes an effort on our part to identify our emotions, but it actually goes a long way in dealing with that emotion. So identifying and acknowledging the primary emotion is a very crucial step towards emotional awareness. Another step to be more aware of our emotions is being aware of the physical changes that go on inside us. Emotions have a physical component just like we saw earlier. By paying attention to how our body is my breathing fast or slow? Are my palms sweating? Are some of the ways we can be aware of what we are feeling on a physical level. For example, when we are angry, our muscles become tense, our heart rate and our blood pressure increases. By paying attention to these physical cues, we can actually identify our emotions. To develop emotional awareness, it is important for us to label and name our emotions. This can be challenging, especially for children, because children do not have the cognitive development and the vocabulary to express themselves using words. But as we grow and as we develop, we learn to identify and label our emotions. Parents and teachers can especially play a part here in helping children by teaching them the names of different emotions. If words don't come easily, there are other creative ways that we can use to express our emotions. We can use drawing, painting, music, or storytelling to express our emotions when we can't use words. And these are some of the tools that we also use when we are counseling children. I would like to close with a statement about emotions. All emotions are valid, but not all behaviors are. As babies, we experience only a few basic emotions like happiness, sadness, and fear. which we usually express through smiling or crying. It is as simple as that. But as we grow up and we become teenagers and eventually become adults, our emotions become more complex. It is very important for us to acknowledge and accept all of our feelings and emotions, but that does not mean that we should act on all those feelings and emotions. For example, it's normal to feel angry when we lose a competition, but it is not okay to hurt the winner. We need to be aware of our emotions and make sure that our behavior does not harm ourselves or others. Stay tuned to learn more about how to deal with difficult emotions. Thank you.